All right, seventh grade honors RELA, week before winter break here. And guess what we're doing? So I want you to write this down. The title of your note should be oral history interview. This is something that I had to do when I was a student too, that I remember to this day with fondness. Okay, so the question is, write this down. What can the generations learn from each other? That's our question. Of course, we know we can learn a lot, and I do that in class too. So, in order to figure that out, we have to take some people and interview them and start learning. And so we can do that with reading, but we can also do that with listening. And so this week is going to be about listening. And so in class, we're going to practice. We're going to practice listening to some actual people, and then we're going to practice with each other with the plan that we create. So write the success criteria. I can explain the main ideas and details in an oral history interview. So the objective summary and intro paragraph formats will be very important. Why is that? Because both of them had us have three reasons, had us have a main idea sentence and a thesis statement, and so we want to see what the main idea is of the interview, and then we want some supporting details. And thesis part is we want to do so for a purpose. Okay, so ultimately the purpose is not just learning about the person, but about something that they have to tell us, because our objective is what can the generations learn from each other. So I want you to focus not just on interviewing to get to know someone, but what can you learn from their experience that you can take into your own life? So important, outside of, forget RELA class, we could just do this for, ourselves. And then we're going to kind of, do I have a strikeout? Okay. We have our vocabulary words, but we're not going to really look at the root words right now. We'll come back to that. Okay, so our goals are, so the first thing you should have in your notes, these notes, define what an oral history interview is. Okay, our classwork is listening to speakers and gathering the main idea and supporting details from what we hear. Okay, so we're going to do that in class, but write it down in your notes now so you know it's coming. And then your interview. So over break, it's very possible that you'll be at some family gatherings. And if so, then I want you to pull one of your older relatives. We're looking for over 65. Pull them out and say, yeah, I have an assignment for a reading class. Can I interview for you for like 5 minutes? I have some questions. And I had to do that to my grandpa. We sat down outside, and I did that to my Aunt May, and I learned about the Great Depression. I learned about being a farmer in up northern Michigan. It was so cool. All right. And, now they're gone, but I had those talks with them, and I treasure that. Okay. And so, these people that are in your life right now, we don't live forever. So let's really use this assignment and get to know some people while you have them here. Okay. So your interview is we're going to think about who, what, when, where, why, how. Very important questions when you're doing some journalism. You want to answer all of those. And then we're going to practice in class and get some feedback, so as you're practicing, I'll see what you're doing and give you feedback so that when you actually do your interview, it's good stuff. And then your homework is to implement over break. All right. So let's go into, and so we're gonna go right into this is the curriculum guide. And I wanted to go here to show you, okay, so right here, features of an oral history interview. What is an oral history interview? Write this down. It's a dialogue which seeks an in-depth account of personal experiences and reflections from the interviewee, the person you're interviewing. They are historical documents that are recorded and preserved for future generations. Also write down what it is not. It's not gossip, hearsay, which means, it's something that's not actually true, but that someone's claiming to be true without evidence. That's hearsay. Rumors or folklore. Okay. And, all right. So you're asking these questions and they're answering them. Okay. So what we're going to do is create that. Oh, there's the anchor chart. So that's the definition. So let's write that in our notes. 8 o'clock. Don't you worry. I'm not letting anybody in until I'm finished. So we have that. Okay, so in our classwork, we are going to listen to, so let me show you who we're going to listen to. I'm up here. Vito de la Cruz, Thompson Williams, Sarah Churchill, and Benny Smith. So these people are older folks. I don't know if they're still around, but we have their story in these story corps. And so I'm going to put these links on the Google Classroom for you to listen to, and then we're going to pull out the main idea and supporting details, which we've already talked about. So we'll work on that in class. Okay, but now I want you in your notes right now to answer the questions who. So let's see what you have to say right now. Who will you interview? What do you want to talk about? It could be technology differences from when they were a kid versus when you were a kid. It could be life experiences. It could be schooling. It could be growing up. It could be bullying. Think about a topic, not just tell me about yourself. What do you want to learn? When? So what time period did they grow up? Where did they grow up? Why? So what is our purpose? What are you learn? Right? And the how. That is through this interview. And how about this? How will you take this information and use it in your life? Right? That's called learning. So answer these questions right now. Pause the video and answer them in your notes. All right, and then in class, you're going to practice. So one of your peers is going to get to pretend to be the person, and you're going to interview them and just see how those questions go. Right? I mean, that should be fun, right? And as you guys are doing that, I'm going to give you feedback, and then you're going to implement it over break. All right, so I hope that this week is a fun week. It sounds like it should be to me. And now that we have got all this out of the way, we can hit the ground running in class. You have the definition. You should have this and be ready to go. I'll see you there. Bye.